Hello everyone, how are you doing today? I hope you guys are having good times, and here in BNP TV also enjoying. You can see the show. This is 10 Point once again, and I'm so happy to have two guests in the studio. Let me welcome them, and I will start by my left hand. I don't know why, I always start with the left hand. But if we had the lady, I should start because I have only men, I have only guys here.
Yeah. Our search is all about excitement. I'm very excited to be here. This is my first time to be on the show. I'm very happy to be here. My name is Benny, and thank you for having me, and thank you for the invite as well.
All right, that's really pretty good. And I also have another guest here. Maybe I can also give him a bit of the time, and so he can tell us who he is.
Okay, thank you for the floor. My name is Ilon Vaedi, BD, and it's a pleasure to be here to this Sample Point program, and I'm thankful for that, and also I'm thankful for God who gave me this kind of time, who allowed me to come here. Yeah, I think that we will just enjoy this time. Yeah.
The pleasure is mine, guys, to have you here. I'm so excited to be with you today. As you can see, these are young people, Burundians, and let me go straight to the topic. Just the introduction. So recently we have been celebrating the Independence Day. July 1st, 1962. That's the day whereby our country got independent, meaning it was the end of the colonialism in the country. Almost 60 years, 62 years,
2 years, yeah,
over now. And then we wonder today if we are truly independent. And for many Burundians, Burundi is the heart of Africa.
As you say.
Between brackets. That's as we say. Then we wonder today, is Africa independent? Let's put in general, but we'll have to focus a little bit on our country, and then maybe try to broaden into the entire Africa and try to understand. So according to you, Burundi, is Burundi independent today in Africa?
A question we should be asking ourselves. If you claim to be independent and you are not able to provide for yourself, for your kids, what kind of independence are we talking about?
Well,
that's a mystery. That's crazy. That's a paradox,
Well, as we can hear, you guys are out, everybody understood it. He's saying we are not independent. Billy, what's your take on that?
I want to begin with this word, just to clarify them. Is Africa independent? The word independent itself, let us just try to understand it, how it could be. Because saying that I am independent, there are some characteristics that I may possess, being independent for someone. So let us try to begin with a person, not a whole country, a person. When someone is independent, which means that he doesn't depend on something or somebody else. There I have to enlighten that he possesses values that on which he based on his independence. I got some values that I present in front of people. I have these values, so I'm independent to you because I get these ones, so I may live without you. Yeah, of course, I may live without you, which means that it's all about having values that you represent. Just unless you don't have those values, it's not called an independence, because you will need the people who possess them. So which simply I want to show that saying that Africa is independent, maybe let me say that it is how we were taught in school, just everywhere in universities, that we got independence. But truly, we still depend on other people. We still depend on other continents. The fact is, there are many young people here in Africa. They want to go live in America. They want to go live in Europe. So it means that, which means that there's something like they see their values, which just they see that like it's their place to be. But staying here is like there's no value. We are not just having anything. So they tend to go there because they depend. They feel like I can't live without going there. It's like living here. It doesn't is impossible because I don't have this. I don't get money. So which simply shows that there's kind of lack of independence. We still depend on other people. So I wanna say that my point is that Africa is not independent in reality, but of course, I may admit this, we are in a process. Let me say that we are in a process because there are some countries. Yeah, of course.
Which force? No.
It's okay. We're gonna get back to you. Don't worry.
Yeah, of course. I said this because I know that there are people who are working. There are presidents who are just bringing new things. As an example, in Burkina Faso, as an example of Ibrahim just.
Traoré.
Of course, he's just trying to abolish Europe like France to now work in his country. So it means
by cooperating with Russia,
it's about process.
It's okay. Ceasefire here. Well, here Billy is talking about the idea of independence.
Yeah.
And you've been talking about how we are not independent because we are still dependent. The same thing. Almost the same thing. But here we have to understand this. As human beings are interdependent, also countries are interdependent. It's not about saying, because there are things that other countries are coming to look for here, and also there are things that we go and look for. That's what we call import-export. You see? So that's why sometimes even young people go in there. It doesn't really mean that we are so dependent, because those young people going there doesn't mean that they are bringing what we need here. Are they bringing what we need here?
You mean win-win situation?
Win-win, of course.
Yeah.
Win-win, but sometimes
we are enterprising. We are enterprising.
Of course, I do understand. I do understand your claim, but here what I want to know, what I think is as he was saying, maybe he's saying we are theoretically, in theory, we are free, we are independent, but
on papers,
but in reality, practically, we are not independent. But nobody can deny that. As even our leaders, they always say we are sovereign. We have the sovereignty of the country. We take our own decisions. We are the one to make our policies. You see? So how can you tell me you're not independent, whereas, because before, remember, before we got independence, as you remember my introduction started by the Day of Independence, our celebration that happened so recently. Remember, back in those years, when other countries were ruling over our countries, there are so many things that we couldn't afford. We are not allowed to get. You see, even education, even some, yummy food. We're not allowed. Sometimes we're even beaten like slaves.
Yes, yeah.
You see, we are no longer in slavery, but even colonialism. So remember, even when they got the attack over, when they took over the power. Remember the attack against our king Mwezi Gisabo. He fought for almost 7 years, but after he resigned, saying, no, I surrender. And then there was some treaty, Kiganda Treaty. And then he gave some fine, a lot of cows, some, many more things. Then we gave our power to other people, other race to govern our country. So thereby I can say we are, but today we are the ones who have the destiny of our country in the hands. So how can you tell me you are not independent? Whereas we are the ones to make our laws, we are the ones to decide who can do this and who can do that in the same country. We are the ones who owns all the resources. We are the one to decide everything in our country. And you are telling me we are not independent. Would you explain me that?
Yeah, let me just clarify what I said. Because you brought something really special and crucial about just it is us who take decisions to the country.
Yeah.
There I may say that it's true. Yeah, of course it's true. But is it just because we may be like we see things how it's done, but there's some reality behind. That maybe you see it when you take a time just to go deep, to go and just dig. And just found out that it's all about.
Maybe you have dug for us. Come on.
Okay, let me just break it down. What I'm saying. You see, take an example to South Africa. You see, as we know, it got an independence in just in the 90s, like 1990. And just I was looking to the documentary recently. And they said that South Africa got a freedom, they got independence, but their master slave, they stayed there. I mean, whom I may call them the white one. They stay in the country, but a country is in independence. It has an independence. But truly, when the documentary was about to end, they asked some citizen in a country, how do you see the real situation just right now? They said, even though we are free, but there's still a problem of economy. We don't, there's still this kind of boundaries. I can't go there because I'm a black. I can't do this because I'm black. So you try to find out that the economy stayed on them. They still lose the economy, and if someone still loses the economy, it means that you depend on him. If someone feeds you, it means that you depend on him. Everything you do, you depend on him because he possesses what you need as an important just need. So, which simply means, I may ask a question, is real, because after watching the video, I asked myself, so that's what we call independence. Because we like to say that we are no longer slave, like because we are now just beaten. We are now beaten like Chikot, as we used to see in those kind of movies. Just they don't come and say do this, or if you do not do, I will kick you. I will do this. No, they don't do it. But the problem is the independence doesn't lie on those physical things. Because I'm sure that. A so-called independence is all about physical, because they don't come in a physical way just to tell you you have to do this. But they only changed the system. They changed this kind of window just view. They said, let us just
we should be talking about neocolonialism.
It's okay.
Because I may simply say that they changed their way. They no longer need us to beat us so that we may do something, but they brought some beliefs, some believing that we Africans we are ugly. It's just white people are good. So if I have an opportunity to go there, maybe I'm a big fig. Just all kind of beliefs, because they're the ones that will kill us. Like we tend to believe that we don't have our own thing to present. Like we are just working for them, just in order to show it very clear, simply saying that the master of the slave, they saw that they thought of just bringing in a new system, and they said, this slave we think that is free, but truly he will go and use our own infrastructures. He will go and use and rent our own house. So which simply means, and he will come again to work for us, which simply means this one still depend on them, but he's no longer beaten. Just in another way, independence has got another view, another just image, another system, not the one that we used to see.
Well, thank you for an input. You guys are having the same language, right? Because you've been talking. Now we are no longer being whipped. Nobody's coming with a whip and beat you to force you to do something. You're not compelled to. But you're saying it's not done physically, but it's done you know, mentally.
Yeah,
That's what he has been. That's what.
Intellectually,
Yeah, that's what he's been.
yeah.
You know, saying. And you coming also to the idea of, you know, things we possess. We possess like materials, like infrastructures. You saying they are not ours. You said, you know, we get back to our former colonizers to ask them to help us put the infrastructures. That could be the interdependence that I was talking about.
Yeah.
They come, they build for us,
Absolutely.
but we know what we give them in exchange.
Yeah.
But these things, they are built here in our countries. They are not theirs. And here, you're talking about, you brought up the idea of neocolonialism.
Neocolonialism,
Yeah, of
yeah,
course,
absolutely.
we don't understand that. And again, here I want to know, so is colonialism
Colonialism, yeah.
done by
That is put in
by,
place, yeah.
by Western or European countries, Asian countries, America, or they are the Africans who are colonizing themselves, who are colonizing their brothers, their sisters, you know, because I want to know, why are you saying we are mentally colonized, but we are physically free?
You're free, yeah. Absolutely.
So, are you sure? Are you sure about that?
Okay, first of all, let me tell you something very important about how, then it's a kind of question. Do you know how it feels when you are bereft of your culture, your traditions, your customs as well? Do you know how it feels? You know, you are no longer human. You become in kind of, I mean, in that creation.
You are insulting us.
We
We are
are-
not human.
No,
Oh yeah, we are still have a gun. I'm just kidding.
Okay.
It's okay, it's fine.
No,
Because
okay.
we still have our
Yeah.
traditions, of course. We
Yeah.
have still have our, our
okay.
customs. Okay, it's okay. I'm just kidding you.
Okay.
Sorry to cut you short.
Okay. You just brought this this point about interdependence.
Yeah,
you
of
know,
course.
we should be just applying it. We should do just putting in place as it is proclaimed by our politicians. You know, and let me tell you, back to your question. Our problem that we are facing is African, isn't Western.
Yeah.
Is African. You know, a guy like Nelson Mandela, I honor him. I personally honor him. But what he did, he betrayed his country.
How?
We aren't talking about it. You know, what is happening in South Africa about election. Honestly, his party is going nuts. It's going crazy. You know, the opposition is gaining. Is gaining citizen affection, citizen attention because Nelson
all about
Mandela.
time. Yeah, of course, time.
Nelson Mandela, all he did, he just gave his assent to white people in order to let him govern, to let him rule.
Are you sure? He was imprisoned.
Yeah.
27 years.
Yeah.
Imagine. Yeah, he was in prison. He was in prison. He was imprisoned, but he couldn't see himself as a least one. And I'm sorry, those who put him, you know, in prison should have come to him and said to him, you know, if you want, we can just
make a deal.
we can make a deal
Yeah.
and let you free and learn for presidency and be elected as a president. You know, imagine if it isn't true. If it isn't truth, as what I'm talking about. How was he regarded as a hero? Universally was regarded as a hero, and even the white people just couldn't disagree with the idea Nelson Mandela was a hero of Africa, and he even won award the Nobel Prize, you know,
yeah, sure.
as well as in Africa. You know, the guy really sought out his own country. to the white people. And the South
I
African
saw it.
people,
Are white people leading South Africa today?
are them, but they have no territories, they have no land. You know, the lands are still in white people's hands. That's crazy.
course,
That's crazy.
obviously.
Go to South Africa.
Yeah, depending upon the
About
places.
xenophobia.
Yeah, sure.
You know.
Sure.
Then when you get there, I have been reading about Nelson Mandela for so long. I got to know who really was Nelson Mandela. And let's just take a look at Thomas Sankara or Libya Gaddafi. Those, because when you are a hero, you have to be hated by the white people, the West. The West. The West isn't happy when you are just getting from scratch to highest. You know, that's how when we are addressing these issues, you know, we have to consider, we have to be awakened, you know, spiritually awakened, and see how things they are working out, you know. And you know, our problem still is Africa. And when we have a hero, when we have a leader who is able to bring just to raise us to the highest, to economy, you know, after 1 or 2 years, he's killed.
He's killed.
That we aren't talking about it. While we are having these leaders killed by, let me just stop by saying.
So they are killed by who? Same Africans. They pass through Africans.
They may be accomplices to the white people or the West, you know, because they want to see us kept in captivity. They don't want to see us, you know, as independent as we are proclaiming. And something that is paradoxical is when we are celebrating, we invite them, they come, or if they don't come, they just send their diplomats, their ambassadors. They come and celebrate with us, and we are independent, but we are still begging. We are still need their help for many things, you know. But actually, we should be addressing that issue. When are we just coming out of that kind of dependence? When are we just applying what we can just qualify as a win-win situation? We export, we import, and vice versa. That's a question we should be asking ourselves.
Well, I feel you. I feel you. Yeah, come on, because I see you want to complete, because there's an answer that has just replied. Maybe you're gonna go ahead and reply it, because I asked if those people are the main authors. I mean, because we have our Africa brothers and sisters who are colonizing Africa, who are maybe working hand in hand with.
You can call them accomplices, of course. They are helping others to.
Yeah, they have the complicity to. Maybe.
I want to clarify just by saying this. You see, we were left in a system which is not ours. Let me say it again. Let me show it. You see, the colonies, like those who colonized us, they have come here in Burundi, and just they abolished, they cancelled everything that we had, our culture. They said, no, take this new culture, or we bring suit, we bring many things. They brought to us many things, many new things. They brought education, which is now bad. Of course, they brought education, they brought infrastructures, but those were not ours. We're not aware of those things. We had our own culture, but they abolished all of them. They cancelled our culture, and they brought their own culture. And they brought this system of ruling. They brought this system of even of
democracy.
Democracy. They brought many things. And then independence came, and they left
Independence,
us.
democracy came afterwards.
Yeah, of course.
Afterwards,
After,
like
after,
in
of course.
1990s.
Yeah, after.
Yes.
But we had this we had this system of ruling, this new system, a part of monarchy, because they brought
Monarchy,
things of being
Republic.
Yeah, republic. And then imagine someone who brought a system in your country, and he cancelled everything that you owned before, but he brought you a new system, and then you claim independence, and then he left you and said, okay, I give you an independence, and then he goes just in its own country. So imagine saying that I'm living in a system which I'm not the maker,
owner,
just which
yeah.
I didn't. I don't have anything even information about it, because if I brought you to a system that I created, it simply means that I know everything. I know just how, even when you break down, I know how to fix it. Yeah. Which simply shows that when we are in this system, everything which goes wrong, when there's a poverty, when there's things, we turn to the maker. It's like there's still a dependence, because we see like everything like things are not going well. So we have to call the one who brought this system to tell us. So we still have this kind of going there because we don't know how to fix it. Yeah, it's like it's something that you realize when you go out of the box, when you just try to not rely on things that we were taught, but really try to define the reality. Because this system of ruling, this system of everything, this culture that we have today, because you see, we have a lack of culture. Of course, there are people who are just saying we must understand our own culture, and it is true, and it is really there. I agree on them, but many people there, we are just forgetting our own culture. So which simply means the white, they have succeeded, because they brought something which we require us to depend on them. Just everything which goes wrong, we go to ask for help.
Yes, the idea I got the idea. Thank you for your viewpoints, guys. But here I want to know, because you're saying, of course, we are. It's as if you are bringing another system and we put it somewhere else where it wasn't. Supposed to be. Yeah. But I want to know. We have like so many examples, just to show you that sometimes it's due to our stupidity as Africans. Yeah. We cannot always, complain and bring excuses that the system is not ours. Because let's look at China. Let's look at India. There are so many countries. They have almost the same countries.
Those Arabic countries.
Of course, Arabic countries. They almost have the same systems. It's about republic, it's all about the administration. Because every kind of system, every government, every society, it has to have, even the country. That's why even when they came in the country, Burundi, they found there was already a system of ruling. There was a government. There's a government. It was almost the same as this one. Not many things changed. Only, of course, the way I can admit, we are mentally due to people who are maybe the selection, or people who are leading others. They are the one who are being manipulated. You are manipulated. Sometimes they're not even manipulated. People are there, people are supposed to be the light for others, then they become so selfish, they become so egocentric, then they forgot about their first role, their first mission. Because now you cannot tell me that the system wasn't ours. We have some people applying the same system, but they are moving forward. We have also some countries in Africa, few countries, we are not yet to point out them, but that are moving forward. You were trying to give us one example, but that was it from a coup, from a putsch, and this one was this agreeing with what you were saying, because maybe the guy has also some allies that are, he's become dependent on. So I want to know, but let's avoid some excuses now. As young people, as new generation, what can we do to overcome and become truly independent? Because we might say politically we are really independent. Political, because we are the ones.
Political saying, of course.
Not even political saying. Politically,
We
truly speaking, we are.
Yeah, okay. As
We are, because we are the one to craft or to put into place our country, the rules
absolutely are held accountable for our decision.
Of course.
Either political.
Yeah, maybe economically, I can say that we are not.
Economy as
We are not
well,
really.
as well, yeah,
We
absolutely.
are not really, because there are some other facts, and you're gonna find a question after. So
Yeah.
here I wanna know, what can we do as young people? So can we are we gonna, according to I'm trying
According
to.
you are in my point, in my
yeah.
opinion. I'm sorry.
In your opinion, it's as if I sensed, or
You said, or?
I sensed.
You sensed, or?
I sensed already, because it's whereby I was saying that we are in the process, but you said, which process?
Of course,
Yeah.
the process. Of course, I admit to the positive way.
Let's wait for it. We're gonna get back to you the process and tell us
Okay.
some ways that can help us
Yeah,
to
of course.
advance as quick as we can.
And
But
that's what we want.
yeah, sure.
That's a crucial question you ask. You know, in process, I totally disagree. Imagine some young people like me, like you, are being taught about being a leader. You know, leadership isn't taught. We are not called to be all leaders. To lead who? Who is gonna be led? That's the question. No. There are certain girls, guys that have that, or that are gifted in leadership.
That's controversial too. Okay,
Oh,
come on. It's okay.
And those
He was doing political science.
we
imagine.
are.
Come on.
We should be highly recommending those people and put them in front. You know, about reading is a gift. You have to be bestowed upon that gift. You know, and when we are just misread, we are just getting into things or into fees we are not, which are not designed to be ours. We are wasting, first of all, our time, our energy, and we are just getting lost as well, you know. And, you know, as young people, we should be focusing, we should be focused on our feed, you know, according upon our lives as young generations, you know. And me, as I know myself, I know which feed really sweet my heart or sweet my, then is aligned with my calling upon my life, and let me get there. And you in another feed, you know, we aren't just called to be readers, to read who and to be led by who, you know. And in political feed, you know, we may be having those people who are devoted, fully devoted to luring a given country, because you see, look at what is happening even within churches, within, let me, okay, what is happening, you know, any given position is being landed over by many people, you know. I want to be leader, I want to be leader in core, you know, in many things, even in church. If I'm now a pastor, after 5 years, I have been fighting for the chair, I'm gonna be upset, I'm gonna be disappointed because I'm now a pastor, I'm now just any kind of leader, you know. And we are misled to the point we are getting into the fees that aren't ours, you know. If we were so wise to pick one feed that is according to my core, the core of my calling, you know, it'll be very good, it'll be very profitable to my whole life, to families, I mean, that's all. But that's kind of questioning who you are or who you tend to be as human according to what God created, what He created you for to accomplish on the earth. And the problem, we will be no longer discussing the problems as we are doing now. Now, we have to be aware of who we are and where we go and who just, instead of getting into, we are just being called in many conferences, then to be entrepreneur, that's kind of, and it doesn't need training, that's kind of bullish. That it's awful. It's awful, to be just misled like we are being misled actually now in conferences. And to finish my point about it, and at the end of the day, we'll be having all problems resolved, all issues fixed, and handle worries within us. Yeah, that would be great. That would be just wonderful.
Thank you. Thank you. And Billy.
Yeah.
Now.
Okay. Thank you for the floor. Of course, what he says is true, but I would like first to give my view just by starting with what you claimed just in a short time ago. You said about India and China, that they were in a system like as we just in the same system that we are. But truly speaking, I may say that they got something really special that we don't have. They relate themselves on their culture. As India, I've read their story. Even though they were colonized, but they kept this culture of saying, when you hear an Indian one, you hear what you see their culture. You see, they're based on what defines them. So, which I simply want to mean that we African, we just have to, of course, to define ourselves just the way that we are meant to be. Like, yeah, we are meant. Because when I will wait for someone to come and define me, like, because I was like astonished to hear that we don't know even our own history. Many of these young generation, we don't know just the Burundi. Like those people, the white men, they know many things. But we as Africans, we don't even know our own history. So how are you going to know where you are going without knowing just an history which is yours? So which simply means when we want to know where we go, we have to look to our history and just realize, okay, there we did something like wrong, so it's up to us to not do it again. So which I simply want to mean, we lack this kind of education. Because I'm sure that a change begins with one, or just with oneself. Like me, when I'm claiming a change, I have to be a change, of course. The change begins with a person, not with people. So there we are talking about a person. Just a person must, of course, knows just what defines him. Like me, I am this. I have my values are these ones. I have my ethical are this one. Just my ethics are this one. So that I may know myself. Of course, it begins with a person. And when I become just aware of who I am, of what I possess, there we could live with you, just the same you who has even got an image of who you are, and then we create a country. Like I know myself, I know the reason, I know the values that I possess, I know even my ethics, and we are together with the people who knows them. So we create this thing like this is what defines us as Burundian. We are defined by this. Burundians, we are this. We don't need just all those people who come say, you are this. No, we are this. We know who we are. The problem is that we don't know who we are, we don't know where we came from. So I'm insisting on this education to everyone. No education that we study at school. Even the youth said that we are not studying, because there we got knowledge. We got how to do things, but we don't got just this thing like a culture. We don't learn their culture. No, we don't learn this thing of just know how you react in life. No, there you will know how to make dogs. You see, but we should focus also of these things like everyone must know that he's accountable of his country. I am accountable. You are accountable. So if everyone just understand this, we could just understand that everything that I do, just I have to take into consideration that I am contributing, of course. So by starting of course, by someone just defining himself like I'm this, I have these values, just my values are this, and the government, I like to say, the government, it doesn't lead people. It leads the reason in people. Because I have just reason, yeah, I am me, I have things, I have values, and you have your own. So a leader is there to guide us, to guide our values. Once he's there, and maybe he meets with another country, he shares our values, he presents our values. In our Burundi, we have this. So if I need that one, we exchange. Like, you see, it's a kind of independence, as you said. So it's all about, first of all, understanding that a country is not the government, it's the people themselves, it's a person. Once we understand this, we will not blame the government. Of course, people are blaming, especially just youth, are blaming the government is not working good. Who told you? The government, he has just their work is totally different with what was thinking. Because if you blame a government, and we can change the government, and there are people who came to rule with the same mind, so where are we going? It's still the question of just education. People, we need to understand that our country, even the president, must be a citizen, of course. A president is a chosen in a country, which simply means we have to be educated. We have to know our history. We have to know where we are going, where we came from, and where we are going. We have just to stop all these like beliefs which tend us to believe that we Africans, we are meant to be poor, we are meant to go in heaven only, just in things which are on earth. We don't care, no, we will be in heaven. No, who lied to you? Just a life that you are living right now simply determines the life that you will live after life, of course. So, which says, I wanna just end by saying, everyone is called on earth, not just with for a purpose, of course, a purpose. And you don't know why you were born in Burundi. You don't know why you didn't born there, like in Europe, but you were born in Burundi. So it's up to you to find out your calling. I'm supposed to do this. I have this kind of feeling. I had to contribute in my country by doing this. And as he said, our diversity just is there to make us power, not to divide us. Because I think also we have many problems within us, because we have this kind of feeling like we are divided. I can't talk with you based on religion things. Because I remember I used to be like this one who split people. Like, no, I can't just be a friend with that one because we don't share same beliefs. You see, and also it's a kind of an issue, just a problem, a discrimination. Yeah. We don't know that we are one. Just despite all the
region, race,
of course,
region, political parties.
We should know that something which makes us together is our continent, is our country, of course. Just let us try to see beyond our informal just world, just windows.
Yeah, sure.
So that was my perspective on the issue that is on everyone. That he must know that he's accountable for his country, wherever he's doing, and to know that our just my capacities, which makes me different from yours, they are there to make us strong, to come and bring yours, my different from mine, just because in order to make a huge things.
Well,
so that's what
Well, thank you very much, guys. As you can hear, these guys, their mind is so sharp. They are really brilliant, and you could feel it. That it's almost the same, and they are brothers, by the way, same blood. That's why you know they share some of the ideas, and I really appreciate how you guys have been so amazing. What you are sharing is really, how can I say? It's really constructive. That's what we are looking for here. You could hear that there are some of the key concepts that we got from this. We have education, we have awareness, we have accountability, we have values, and we have to ethics. We have to know where you're going.
Yeah,
you know, that's really vision. So, of course, this is then the end of the first part of the show. We're debating. Now let's go to the next section that we call quiz time. Well, welcome again to this section whereby we'll ask some few questions, like 3 only or just 2.
About.
So, general questions. We've been debating, but mostly we focus on the debate that we have been conducting, the same topic.
Right, yeah.
So, well, this guy has been saying we don't know about our history. You know, we before I get there, let me start by this. Okay, I'll get back to this. We've been saying, because I draw my question from your interventions.
Yeah.
You've been saying that we are not, really independent. That we keep begging, we keep going asking for help, aid, meaning sometimes we are not economically free. So I just want to ask you guys, do you know what we call Bretton Woods institutions?
Bretton
Woods institutions.
Personally, it's my first time to hear that word.
And you? Bretton Woods institutions.
Bretton Woods institution. I don't know much about it.
You don't?
It's not the first time that I hear, but I don't know much.
You don't know it.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard BM and IMF? IMF? Okay, tell me.
IMF, yeah.
IMF.
I'm sorry, I know it.
Okay.
International Monetary Fund.
All right,
Yeah.
you got it. And BM, you can get it.
BM.
BM.
I don't see the word, of course.
BM.
No, sorry. That's French. That's why. Sorry, it's WB.
World Bank.
All right, you got it.
Ah,
Okay,
those
that's what we call Bretton Woods.
But
World
this
Bank,
is BM.
BM. Sorry, Bank Mondial. That's why I captured this French. We are in a French system, guys. Sorry. That's why our English comes from far.
Absolutely. When I know I give an institution its initials in French, it's hard for me to.
Of course, that's why. Yes, IMF was kind of easier than this one because I said in French. Of course, it's WB. Yeah, sure, I got it. World Bank. So these are what we call institution banks. So sometimes they've been accused of helping powerful countries to colonize, to neo-colonize, because sometimes you find they are giving debts, they are giving aids, and then sometimes we have to pay them back.
I personally recall having seen the president of Kenya, William Ruto.
William Ruto,
of course, he was there and he was arguing. You know, we are being ill-treated. We are just given the opportunity to take action in this World Bank, you know, and we are so indebted. You are full of debt, you know, and I was kind of that's crazy. this president, you know. And unfortunately, some African young were just taking him, regarding him as a new Thomas Sankara, you know, because he was just speaking on African behalf. And, you know, if we were aware of our Africans' stability in terms of finances, in terms of any kind of sphere of our life, an area of our life, you know, we should be just taking into account those issues. You know, we have to sacrifice. There are certain things to be sacrificed for our sake. Let's suffer nowadays, and we are gonna be enjoying, we're gonna be happy after 3 decades, 2 decades, based on how we have been hardworking.
Yeah, sure. Hardworking equals happiness. Happiness equals hardworking. So meaning we never get happy and become lazy.
Yeah.
Just keep working hard, keep working hard. Our children keep working hard. Our grandchildren keep working hard.
Also
That's
wisely.
it. Of course, wisely, because you cannot work. Of course, with strategy, you have to strategically work.
Those code of ethics that we have, you know, apply them. You know, let them work for us. Then it's kind of fighting against ourselves.
Yeah, sure.
At first, as well. At first, it seems like, if I do this, I'm not gonna be just affording stability for my family. I'm gonna be suffering, but it's up to us to make sure everything we do, we envision our future, future for our country.
You're right. All right. The last question here. You've been talking about knowing our history, that we don't even know our history. There is one great singer who sang the same idea, saying that know our history, so as we also understand our future, we prepare for our future. So I want to know, do you know the singer, the famous singer? That's the question.
Who knows
Who sang those idea?
Know
our history, and then work for our destiny.
Did he sing just in English or in
English? In English.
Oh, sure. A singer who sings in English in our Burundi.
Not Burundi. Not Burundi. It's an international reggae famous singer.
Okay, is it Bob Marley?
Yeah, you got it. And the name of the song, the title of the song?
The title is I know many songs. I don't know many songs. Because I love.
I know Bob Marley's song like One Love.
You know the song.
Of course, yeah.
We call it rat race. Rat race.
Oh.
Know your history. I don't remember the verses, but it's okay. The song is called Rat Race. It's a beautiful song. I like it so much. Anyway, let's go to the last section that we call We Are Gifted. Times against. So here I want to discover you guys your gifts.
Yeah.
You've been talking about what you said. We have to know ourselves and know what we've been called for here on earth. So I want to know, do you know already your gift?
My gift?
Yeah. Your talent?
Yeah.
What is that?
I'm discovering them. I have known some, but I'm still
okay. What do you know already? Give me the first one that you really.
The first one is leadership.
Leadership.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure.
How can somebody know that you are a good leader?
Of course, through my works, through like where I'm living. Of course, I'm the kind of guy who just whenever I get something like a vision or something good idea, I tend to make like known to all those people like who I need, and I tend to make like I got the thirst in me which just push me to make like people that may understand this is the way of living, this is the good thing for them, and so that I may like be this guy who who gather people who like to who go and share what he has, like in a but in a way of looking just something good for them.
Well,
Like
so
reaching-
have you founded any organization so far, or do you have anything that is tangible that we can
right now
know today?
I am in an organization which is which is working that thing which is bringing like leadership training or leadership like transforming called Youth Impact Mission. Just I'm in that organization, and we are we are many young people who try to raise in ourselves these things of leadership culture. So
Okay.
we go and reach the students at
kind
high
of,
school, and then we try to teach them by being their example, by showing how they could like work in their school, just bringing like new thing, doing just some good works there, so that they may begin like they are the maker of the country, they are the solution just maker like
Yeah, sure.
of their country, beginning on the little stuff, beginning at school, how they behave, how
Well,
they could think. Yeah.
Thank you
I'm in
very
that
much. Thank you
organization.
very much. We are expecting a lot from you guys.
Yeah.
Okay, do you know your talent? Do you know your gifts already?
My talent, potential, or kind of calling upon my life, is serving. It's like leadership, but as far as I'm concerned, how I know basically what is leadership, I'm not regarded, or I don't regard myself as a leader or a future leader, but any kind of potential or a calling upon my life is serving people. Just want to make them happy. If
Are you
I-
a comedian? You want to make them happy?
And
Is
no,
that
no,
your calling?
if I come to solve one of your problems that you are facing,
But you guys, at least this one, you haven't yet
foundation.
shaped the world. You shaped the world. You still because we can serve in many domains.
Yeah,
This
in
one
many
is
domains.
specific, saying leadership mostly is in politics, mostly, but serving you can serve in any kind of domain.
Okay. First of all, I make sure I do things that I'm aware of. First of all, I do not want to show off,
Yeah,
to
sure.
exhibit what I'm doing secretly.
You are hiding your talent.
No, no.
I find you. I find
I'm not hiding. It isn't hidden. No, for sure. I'm working on myself.
Yeah.
First,
All right.
I'm
All right.
working on my.
I'll call you again, guys. Just the watch is against us. Maybe for another topic, we're gonna discover your talent and gifts.
Yeah.
So let me say thank you very much for your time here. I was happy to have you in the studio.
Okay, thank you for invite. I really appreciate you have me as a guest. Special one. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Brother Benny. I also want to thank Brother Billy for your time here. It was so amazing to be with you guys.
Okay, also thank you. Thank you for having invited me. It's an honor, it's a pleasure to be standing, and also it's an experience because I keep learning every time. So once you gave me this opportunity, for me it's kind of experience just to utter what I have inside on me, to utter them so that people may understand something. Yeah, so it's a kind of experience also, an opportunity that I get from you guys. So thank you also.
You're welcome. You're welcome. I want to also thank our viewers for staying this time together. So stay connected with us. This is BNP TV. See you.